last week was awesome. I was invited to Austin, Texas to visit Rooster Teeth and Screw Attack headquarters. Yeah! I got to be on Death Battle Cast announcing that Jocelyn the Intern, the voice of Desk of Death Battle, is now going live action.
For the first time ever, special guest Lisa Foyles.
Hey!
You might know her from
Desk
all that,
Okay.
but also Desk of Death Battle.
We don't know why she's here.
It still amazes me how many people don't know that I'm the voice of Jocelyn. I mean, people are obsessed with Death Battle, and people really like Desk of Death Battle, which is like a spin-off of Death Battle. For like 3 years, I've been the voice of the underappreciated intern, Jocelyn, whose office is a smelly, disgusting, rat-infested closet. They actually flew out Max in their art department to build a closet set in my actual closet in my house, in my studio. It's right there, I'm looking at it. There it is. It's glorious. So if you've been anywhere near YouTube in the past like 10 bazillion years, then you're probably familiar with Death Battle, and if you like that, then check out Desk of Death Battle, which is my show. Here's a clip of it. Alright, Sonic fans, now that the Archie Comics franchise has come to a close, I wanted to look into how its downfall actually came about. I'm talking the reboots, the lost characters, and how one writer's lawsuit set the Sonic Archie comics on the path to destruction. I'm Jocelyn the Intern, I do all the research nobody else wants to, straight from the desk of Death Battle! So I started out doing VO when I was around 14, 15, and I was on Nickelodeon's All That at the time. This big VO agency in town decided to represent me in the Celebrity Kids department. And I was not good. I didn't book anything. I had a couple of things going against me, okay? The first was that even though I had taken acting lessons, I decided not to take voiceover acting lessons, which was a mistake. There is such an art form to VO. You have to be able to look at a line of dialogue, know exactly which words to emphasize, know the pace at which you should be speaking, and even know how close to the microphone you should be. And on top of all of that, sound natural. It is so much harder than it seems. And I'm like, no, I don't need to take lessons, I got this. Another thing I had working against me was that, okay, so especially in animation, these TV shows like to save time and money, so they like to hire one actor who can do a million different voices, and none of them sound the same. I remember specifically there was a video game that like little fairies like popped in and like helped you along the way, and they wanted me to do 6 different voices for each fairy, and none of them could resemble each other. I'm like, I can maybe do 2. Maybe like 1.5. And because of this, it's a really talented, tight-knit community, and it's hard to break into that. The same actors get hired over and over because they're amazing and reliable. And finally, the number one thing I had working against me is that in Hollywood, it is much easier to hire an adult to play a child. So like, on camera, for like movies. You can't really hire like a 40-year-old to play a high schooler because it's not believable. Unless you're the movie Grease. But in VO, are you kidding? It's so much easier with all the like child labor laws to hire somebody over 18 to play younger. So there were 30-year-olds who were sounding more like a 14-year-old than me. A 14-year-old. I mean, you are always getting adults voicing kids. I mean, look at the cast of Rugrats. Those were all adults playing babies. I'm pretty sure Tara Strong almost exclusively voices children. Even being an actual child, how do you compete with that? So I gotta tell you, it was a long time before I booked my first VO job. But when I finally did, it was a great radio campaign for Comp USA. You remember them? They're like in the grave with Circuit City. After that, I continued to book a few more VO jobs here and there, but it was never really my main focus. I've never pursued VO full-time because I love on-camera work. I love the idea of acting on camera, that all you have to do is think it and the camera picks it up. Another really fun VO job was Twisted Pixel asked me to do the narration for the tutorial for Missplosion Man.
Debbie twitches on her slow button like a heroin junkie. Nobody liked you, Debbie.
We had so much fun working together on that game that led to me voicing the lead character in Loco Cycle. I play Iris.
Eat concrete, punk. tactical maneuvers got fried along with the rest of your mind.
It was one of the funniest games ever made.
Remember the little green button? Push the little green button.
Por favor, paren!
Just kidding, Pablo. That is a line from the film Men in Black, starring William Smith and Thomas Lee Jones. I have not watched it myself, but I have heard it is quite funny.
I remember when I was in the VO booth, I didn't know what Krav Maga was. I was like, how do I pronounce this? Crave Mega? They're like, are you stupid? And fast forward to now, I'd have to say Jocelyn on Desk of Death Battle is definitely the most fun VO job I've ever had. I tend to behave myself online and I don't really go on like crazy rants. And that's Jocelyn's entire shtick. So I'm sitting in my walk-in closet where I record all my VO and I'm just ranting and raving and cussing and just going off the rails as Jocelyn. It's actually very therapeutic to get my aggression out. The funniest part about it is that I really do record the VO in a closet. I actually just put two and two together because I have a walk-in closet, which is perfect for VO because like you don't, it's not echoey, and I record all my VO stuff in there. So it is funny that I've been recording in a closet all this time.
VO and the set.
I know.
Both closets.
Yeah, just go from one closet to the other. That's a whole nother monster if you want to get into VO and have a home booth and be able to record your VO from home and send it off. Man, that's like a whole nother thing. You have to have like the perfect mic and the perfect setup. I use my walk-in closet because it's so sound dampening because it's full of clothes and they absorb the sound and it's science. But if you want to get into VO, that's kind of down the line a little bit. I wouldn't worry about that quite yet. Step one is you gotta find some place in town where you can take lessons. Here in Vegas, we have a place called the Voice Actors Studio, and it's phenomenal. They have a great facility and classes for any skill level. Voiceover really is the best. If you're interested, I encourage you to start down that path. And of course, don't feel discouraged if you don't book anything for a while, because I didn't. Huge thank you to Chad and Sam and Ben and everybody at Screw Attack for inviting me down to Austin and taking me around and giving me some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life. I love, love, love being Jocelyn. And, wait, hold on. I love being Jocelyn, and I hope I get to be her for a very long time. I was just trying to think how Jocelyn would sign out. Later, nerds! Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want more vids, be sure to subscribe because, you know, my channel, it's pretty awesome. You want to be part of this.